Hi everyone, my name is Jen Edwards and I'm an art therapist. I know things are still a little different lately, but I hope you're hanging in there and doing good. Art is a great way to calm your mind and just enjoy the moment. Today I'll show you how to create a fun yarn weaving that can also be a coaster. It's a relaxing project that you can do with some yarn, a yarn needle, scissors, a piece of mesh canvas. This is a rug canvas. You can also use plastic canvas. I'll walk through each step of this project with you, and feel free to take things in your own direction. This is your creation, so just have fun with it. Here we go. Alright, so first we're going to take our scissors and I'm going to cut my mesh canvas a little bit smaller. You can choose any shape that you like. I'll have a square just like this. Alright, so it's about the same size. Alright, so now choose your yarn. Mine is a multicolor size 4 yarn. You can also use a solid color or a thicker yarn, and you'll use less if you use the thick yarn. Okay, so take your yarn and fold it and just lay it across your mesh shape that you cut out and let about 2 inches hang off the edges. So something like that. And we're just gonna cut it. Keep it folded. Okay, so you'll end up with that. And we're gonna count the rows in the weave pattern. Okay, so all these rows. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's see, or I could go the other way. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I think I'll go vertically. So I need that many more pieces of this yarn. So I need 18 for mine. You can use the first one like a ruler. Just take your time. Alright, here's my 18 strands. Okay. Next, take one of your pieces. And bring the ends together, fold it, might help to have the needle. Take your yarn needle and just string it in there. Then bring your ends together. And we're going to weave through the mesh using a pattern. I'm going to be going under 1 and over 2. You can use any pattern you like, but I'll show you. Let's see, so under 1 and over 2. Under 1, over 2. Under 1. It might be the opposite for you looking at this, but okay, so I went under 1, over 2, under 1, over 2, under 1, over 2, and I'll keep going. All the way to the end and just kind of pull it through. I'm also trying to keep them straight and kind of flat. It just makes it a little nicer. And because I'm using the multicolor yarn, having them nice and smooth and flat kind of brings out the colors and patterns in the yarn. That's what we have. And next, I'm going to take the two ends, and I'm going to kind of tie them around the mesh here, this little mesh line. I'm going to take one and bring it under. And I'm just going to tie them around this. Just a basic knot, kind of like if you're tying your shoes. It doesn't have to be tight because I don't want my mesh canvas to bend or break. So just tight enough that it stays. And then I'll do it one more time just to keep it there. There we go. So something like that. And I'm gonna do the same thing at the other end, but first I have to cut it. The end with the needle. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing again. bringing them. And I am kind of keeping it between the two, I don't know if you want to call these posts. I'm kind of keeping it between the posts where I tie it there. Sometimes it helps to have a place to aim for, like a target. And I'm gonna tie it twice again. See, I'm glad that I gave myself extra yarn because this is a little short on this end. Might have just enough room to tie it. There we go. So you can see this end's kind of short and this end's kind of long, but that's okay. So basically I'm going to keep going and it'll make these little tassel type of things on the ends. And feel free to alternate your colors. If you're using solid colors, you could alternate them and make your own pattern. So take the next string, get your yarn needle, yeah, the yarn needle has a bigger hole, so it makes it easier to string your yarn. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing again. So I'm starting at this end, and I'm doing my over 1, under 2 pattern still. So under 1, over 2, under 1, over 2. And that's just a pattern that I thought of, but I'm sure there's lots of different patterns that you could use. Anything that makes you happy, just go with it, see what happens. Okay, and because it's a mesh canvas, I can just kind of squish my needle right in there and bend it a little bit to get it going, and then just pull it through. Kind of smoothing it out as you go, untwisting your yarn. Okay, and then leave that little bit of extra and tie this end around the mesh. You could do a different kind of knot. I just found this one to be a little easy for me. And I'm still trying to get it between these little posts here. I'm trying to get that knot right in there in between. So there's the first one we did, and here's this one. Just to kind of keep it organized, but it's okay if they move around a little bit. It's not set in stone. And I'll tie it again, just to keep it secure. I hope that you're all keeping busy and focusing on positive things. I know the fall is coming, and that was kind of my inspiration for this fun red and brown yarn I have. Alright, so I'll cut this end so that I have two strands that I can tie, and I'll tie around this part here. take your time. Get in the art zone. Okay, so I'm getting some more. And it's okay that the little tassels are different lengths, because at the end, after I get them all on, I'll cut them to kind of make them a little more even. Okay, so keep on going, continue this process. There's no rush. This part does take a little while, but it's very relaxing. And you can always take a break if you need to. So, I have all my rows done. I went through one at a time and I tied the ends together at the end. So there's all these little tassel kind of things. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim all of these about an inch. So probably about that much. You can leave yours uncut though, if you like. It's like giving it a haircut. And every yarn is different. So it could be a surprise. The results can be a surprise sometimes. You can use the same technique on a larger scale, and you could try making a placemat this way. Or you could even have a wall hanging with beads on the yarn, on the tassels. I really hope that you enjoyed this project and have fun working with the yarn. It's very relaxing and you might surprise yourself. Thank you for watching, and till we meet again, keep relaxing, stay safe, and be happy.